What's that? Did I forget the lyric? I have to go back again. Oh, there you are! I'm glad you're here. Wait, it's your 18th birthday, right? Happy birthday then! Well, you know that memories have passed us. There are memories that we've gone by. So would you like to take a look back at them on your 18th birthday? Would you like a ride down memory lane? Would you like a walk down there? Take my hand. Don't be afraid. Don't be shy. It's gonna be alright. I'll take care of you. I'll keep you safe on our journey. Come on, please. Take my hand. CAPRISA 2013 was the first time I supported schools other than St. John, St. Mary's Academy in Capiz, St. Anthony College of Ross City, and Colegio de la Purísima Concepcion. One way to show respect to my family. CAPRISA 2013 was the first time I worked first aid with the Red Cross. October 1 to 4, working the Red Cross is fun and risky. On the first day, a player from Step by Step fell. I rushed with the first aiders to help him, and when we gave him medical attention and brought him away from the court, the Marines would applaud. They would also tell me alongside Sister Violi, Sister Rachel, and Sister Celia that somehow Red Crosses can be dangerous. Try to stay safe and cheer with the Marines instead. I worked again first aid during the St. Mary's vs. Step by Step game. St. Mary's won the championships. I took my oath to become an adopted Ignacian Marian. After the oath-taking and work photography, I got my laptop back from June Daliba and my groupmate Ysa Velardo, who were going to watch the tertiary game between CPC and her core. Sister Violi and also some SMAC players were also there to watch the game, as well as the St. John players. I worked again the first aid with my buddies in the Red Cross, and then later on I got 15 to 20 minute break. I purchased a cornetto and some water. Sean Baniel took my camera for a while, and I told him just to stay within my range while he takes pictures. While I made my purchase and ate the ice cream, there was this girl wearing St. Mary's blue jersey. She was walking with another girl. The girl who was wearing St. Mary's jersey was a very beautiful girl, and she's friendly too. And what is the best thing is that she's intelligent. They both asked me for an interview, and then I myself accepted it. I think one of the questions that you asked was, why did I support St. Mary's? After the interview, you asked for a picture with me, which I agreed to. Your friend took the photo, while Sean Banya was on another part, and he was taking the photo too. I looked at my watch and it was like 5 minutes before my break ends, so I had to go back to the gym and get back to work. I decided to work on the first aid again with my buddy, Ysa Arcenas, and more. We got 5 injuries in that game because the game was so intense and some of the players here were not playing well. In the end, Hercor won. However, on that college game, I took the side of Purísima because it was for my Roblete cousins. After the game, when Hercor won, I was given a gold by the first aiders to sign off because my duty was over, and I thanked them and they thanked me. But the games were not over yet because we had a tertiary volleyball game between the same schools. And then when I was looking for a little bit of fun still while watching the game, the Purísimas invited me to play drums with them. I accepted their invitation and played more drums. After which, I decided to go visit my old Taekwondo gym wherein I met my former instructor. When he asked me to do a few exhibits, I did some karate, taekwondo, and Arnis mix. My driver came and we bought some Jollibee because, look, I didn't have any time to do that cooking that time. But however, the days of CAPRISA 2013 proved that SMAC has changed my life forever. On October 12, I flew back to my second home country, Oman. It was time for me to leave because my visa for my birthplace, Oman, was going to expire. In the business class cabin of an Etihad Airways Boeing 777 Series 300 extended range, that is where I decided to write my book during the flight. The interview is included there. I would be filming videos also, which I call as flight reports. And on every flight report, it would be customary for me to greet. And you're in the greetings also. My mom and dad have heard my story about my support for St. Mary's and they were very happy to hear about it. That was my first family day with SMAC. I met Marians who knew me also. I would meet new faces like Zian Velasco, Francis Ira de la Rosa, Aiko Aninang, and I remember also playing the drums there to the song Gentleman and Gangnam Style. And also on that day, I decided to show you very funny videos like Edgar's Fall, Fun Arabs, the Slingshot Fat Kid. Another video I included was also the Galasa pranks, JMO flips out. When I went upstairs to where the K-12 premieres are, there were more greetings, and then you came out of your classroom and said like, you're here. I remembered also, aside from picture taking together, you also spoke about many things like Oman, being the USA, and you also revealed that you were near us in Moreno Valley because you were in San Bernardino. It's a nice word to hear. And thank you also for liking that photo of me kissing Colleen Garcia. That was one of the luckiest things I had. One of the 4th year of St. John, batch 2013-2014. Her name is Charmaine Sihiyon. She beat me up 2 days after that concert party, wherein it included Daniel Matsunaga, Billy Crawford, Colleen Garcia, and DJ MOD. I stayed in San Antonio where it was held because on the next night after that concert party, we had the Animo night. During the summer vacation 2014, I went to the United States. During my stay in Hollywood, Arizona, and Nevada, I spoke to my parents and aunts about you and about our interview because one of my aunts, Esther Noves, told about the story of my support to St. Mary's because she became friends with the RVM nuns on the wake of Monsignor Olim. My father went home ahead because he had to go back. On the flight back home from Los Angeles to Manila with my mom and my aunt Esther, and from Manila to Rojas, I filmed a flight report. And also the same recognition I got from Etihad Airways, Cebu Pacific, will be given to me by Philippine Airlines. As for now, the airlines that have given me recognition for my travel videos are Philippine Airlines, Etihad Airways, and Cebu Pacific, with Emirates to follow in Christmas 2014. July 19, 2014 was just an ordinary weekend, just like any weekend. After a short period with Miss Maria Teresa Munoz in psychology, I went to Robinson's to get away from the stress. And also on that day, I had lunch at Pizza Hut with my driver who will be driving to Ilamna in Panay to service the barangay captain there, Maria Evelyn Adonai, who is my aunt and my mom's sister. Also that day, I would be watching a movie, which is She's Dating the Gangster. I could see that there were Marins lining up for the tickets and many others. You saw me there when I was starting to find my position in the line to buy the ticket. You came to me, and I came to you, and then we said exchange of highs and hugs, not knowing there were Marins also watching. And then, when I was lining up ready, one of those Marins would say, James, yakapin mo ako din si Glynese. And I said like, I've done it already. Why do you want me to do that? CAPRISA 2014 was just like CAPRISA 2013. Support schools other than St. John, but do not forget to put St. John number 1 with St. Mary's, St. Anthony, and Polissima in 2 to 4. On the first day, it was a first game. I remembered also treating many injured. One of them was Andrian Biclar. I also had a photo with you that day. Your brother, Kirby, would retweet that photo saying, boyfriend mo, and then I would just be commenting him for that nice joke. Well done, Kirby, for that. Maybe the second or third day, Trizia Galve, your ate, would also talk to me about many things, and I one time spoke to her about my recent visit to America. We also talk about that hard rock and glam metal band Kiss, which are known for their wild makeups, outrageous costumes, outrageous stage antics, pyrotechnics, levitating drum kits, smoking, and fire shooting guitars. I would be a fifth member of that band. My character being the name of a dog breed known as the Japanese Spitz, but I would shorten the name as the Jap Spitz. My instruments in that band would be vocals, drums, guitar, piano, keyboards, synthesizers, and percussion. She spoke about meeting a Gene Simmons guy wherein he had a very long tongue also. And I said like, Gene Simmons is my role model for success. On the 4th day itself, I remembered also treating more injuries with more victims and patients piling up on my list.
We also spoke about our music lessons in Capi School of Music with Miss Sheikh Roldan. You said you were taking piano. For me, I was taking vocal lessons refresher and piano refresher.
And also when SMAC won the championships and St. John won silver, some of the Salians were crying. When they found that I was with you for the entire duration of the game while watching out for any injuries, those Lasalians, mostly Von Huson and Sean Banel, started an insulting phenomenon, which is called James a name. The name you should call him is Glynese when he's around. Then they started all making those mockery, and then they started singing a mockery song. Your crush is Glynese, your girl is Glynese, everything like that. I didn't like that insult. It was very insulting, and really it still scars my memory, still. And also in the afternoon after the league moves, I went back to the stadium and treated more injuries during the boys game between SMAC and St. John. I was on both sides that time. And also, after the game, after more picture taking, there was more insults, which I will never be happy of. That would continue even after I met Ysa Velardo. Still, only for the second time, that insult will still run around. And I did not give any authority to any of them yet. Although in 2015, I will. We had a Lasallian Community Christ the King celebration on November 25. St. John did not join that citywide Christ the King celebration. I decided to attend both celebrations. So on the citywide, I decided to join my congregation, Children of Mary, which is a choir in Mount Carmel. Because in that choir, that's where I sing, I play my guitar, I play the piano, I play the organ. That is the thing. And I also met you after the procession. My classmates and 2 other year levels went with us for recollection in Sister Servants of the Poor. We decided to watch another Catholic movie entitled Crazy Beautiful You. And also, I met you, Blessy, Grizzle, and Annie Love Yap while I was ordering a meal at Jollibee. I was going to order a hot dog with fries, chicken with spaghetti, and drinks. But however, my classmates persuaded me to have rice meals instead. So I said, alright, I'll just have some rice. I also met a classmate of ours in Capi School of Music. Her name is Aisen Luis Arostique. She and her mother were buying shoes for a recital. March 14, 2015. It was a SMAC family day. I decided to go for a short visit there in St. Mary's and meet you guys and watch a few numbers myself. And I had to leave early because that day itself was our animal night. On the night before the match, I blogged about how Daniel Radcliffe and Emma Watson showed their love for the Philippines and for Manny Pacquiao.
He's amazing. He's trained by the same guy who trains Amir Khan, who's a big
So you're a fan of Manny Pacquiao?
I'm a huge fan of Manny Pacquiao, and I cannot wait for the day when he destroys Floyd Mayweather in the ring. Hello, Manny Pacquiao. I think you're fantastic. I think you seem like an absolute gentleman as well as being an absolute warrior. So that's I'm pleased to be able to speak to you, even if it's through a camera.
The Philippines is an amazing country, and I hope they enjoy the films, and I hope I get to come someday.
If a film took me to the Philippines and the script was a script that I wanted to do, and I knew that I was going to be working in the Philippines if the script was good enough, that would certainly be an added attraction.
After a morning service at Mount Carmel and after a meal at Jollibee, I decided to watch the boxing match. My parents were still in Oman at the time. I remember also in San Antonio, as soon as I found my seat, I decided to go out first for a restroom break. Then when I got out of the bathroom, I saw you and your family there. And that would be the first time I would meet your mom and your dad. Si Tita Glenda and Sir Noy. I sat at your family's table. And you were next to me also. We ate lunch together at the time. Before the match came between Money and Pac-Man, I spoke with your mom and dad about Oman, and then we spoke about USA, where I also spoke about my experience in the USA too. What is the best thing of Oman, and how is it ranked as one of the best Middle Eastern countries? We're glad to hear about Oman and about my experiences in the USA. Your family is also very accommodating and very nice, and I thank God for having these friendly people.